Hello everybody. Is the PC gaming world dead for FPS competitive shooters? I aim to tackle that topic in this video over the backdrop of Monster Hunter World. Now, the current AAA titles for FPS shooters that are top tier echelon competitiveness are Overwatch and Fortnite, with CSGO being probably the number 3 ranked, Overwatch being second, and then Fortnite being number 1. Now, this means that there's only 3 current games right now that are viewed as highly competitive. You can throw Quake Champions into that same category, but the amount of player base and viewership that Quake Champions gets would dictate that people are mostly steering away from that game for several reasons, of which I will touch into. Now, for the individual reasons of why people are leaving Overwatch, Fortnite, and CSGO are going to be covered as such. Overwatch is not being patched quick enough, and the heroes that they have released are decreasing the skill floor. This means that they're easier to play, the mechanics aren't as hard, and you have a lot of forgiveness in terms of your positioning, ult usage, and overall mechanical ability. There hasn't been a high level character released in quite some time. I would say since Ana and Doomfist. Brigitte, Mora, Orisa, Hammond to a certain extent, aside from positioning, and Sombra are all relatively easy heroes to play. Now, aside from the improper patching in terms of their length between patches, there's also the huge toxic community. This has led a lot of people to stop playing the game altogether due to people throwing matches, grieving, talking shit, and just leaving. Now, this touches into CSGO as well. Now, CSGO's balancing is better in terms of patch releases, but their toxic community and overall skill floor is too high for most casual people to get involved in order to go to a competitive level. But this isn't geared towards those people. I'm saying, why are not more games coming out with competitive aspects in mind first, and then people who view the game as casually fun to play second? And the obvious answer that many of you have come up with already in your head is that it has to do with money. And you are right to a certain extent. But we have seen time and time again with certain titles like League of Legends, Hearthstone, and Dota 2 that high skill and a mass amount of patches, or a huge stream of patches, doesn't kill your viewership. It doesn't kill your player base at all. In fact, it probably increases it. League of Legends, for the most part, is usually around 7 to 10 on Twitch with number of viewer streams. Their player base hasn't dropped dramatically over the years. It is on a decline. Dota 2 always brings in a decent player base and views, and it seems to always have a constant above average player base. Now, Quake, on the other hand, a game that they've released multiple patches for, just doesn't seem to be clicking for most new competitive shooter people. CSGO is down in terms of viewership and overall player base due to cheating and griefing and toxicity. Overwatch, again, is down a tremendous amount due to griefing, cheating, toxicity, match throwing, and overall just lack of balancing. Where does this go for us competitive shooters who want to feel our blood pumping again, who have an itchy trigger finger that just don't know what to do with it? Overwatch is not a dead game by any extent, but it's a game that most competitive people have a hard time playing. CSGO is almost unapproachable in terms of its community and its overall implementation. What do we do as a competitive PC shooting universe where we have games to look forward to? And here's a brief look of what's coming up in 2019. Rage 2, Doom Eternal, Dying Light, Black Ops 4. Now, Doom Eternal is mostly a first-person game. They have a multiplayer, which I personally enjoyed for the first Doom, but it didn't touch on anything highly competitive. It was just more of a run-and-gun, aspect to it. Black Ops 4, I would say, is the saving grace. It has the Battle Royale mode, which has a lot of streamers and people interested in it, but it's mostly a console shooter game. But the competitive aspect of Black Ops 4 is always appealing and drawing to most people. Rage 2, again a first-person game. Dying Light 2, again a first-person game. There's nothing coming out. I've heard rumors about Artifact being a very good game coming out that might be able to replace some of this, but for the most part, in 2019, there's nothing coming out that is going to itch people's scratch of wanting more from their AAA title releases. I myself come from competitive gaming from PS2, PS3, PS4, and now PC. And I remember the first time I played Overwatch. The amount of excitement and competitiveness and drive. I could literally play that game all day long. But thanks to patches, thanks to hero releases, I have nothing left to give that game. I'm completely bored of it. I'm completely frustrated by it as well. With the Overwatch League expanding, it means that the game's not dead, but it's definitely only geared towards a niche set of people. And this is not what the general PC community wants. I don't know what to play anymore. I'm playing Monster Hunter World, which you guys are currently watching, and that game's been enjoyable for me, but it's not a competitive FPS shooter. I don't know what to play. And so I want to ask you guys, what do you think of the current PC gaming drought in terms of FPS shooters? Do we have an actual problem? Is there anything that I've missed? Or are we just going to have to wait until some sort of game comes out to really grab our attention again? It's not going to be PUBG. It's not going to be the Black Ops 4 Battle Royale to my expectation. I don't know what to do from here. And I want you guys to leave me comments, see what you think is a good competitive shooter that I should get into or that you think would be worth mentioning, because from my standpoint, I have nothing left. So I appreciate you guys watching. Drop a like and subscribe. Thank you.